So it's Friday.
Yeah.
It's Good Friday.
Yeah, is it good though?
A serious day.
Yeah.
It's a serious day. Maybe we should call it Serious Friday.
Yeah.
Between noon and 3, Jesus suffers and dies on the cross.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot happens on Friday. There's arrest and trial and conviction and sentence and getting to Golgotha where he was executed and all this. And it all takes place on Friday between noon and 3. He's on the cross and he dies at 3.
Yep.
And this day asks us to consider that. What does Jesus' death mean? And what does his dying on the cross mean?
Right. Especially because he really hadn't done anything wrong. The criminals who he's on the cross with, one is defending him saying he hasn't done anything, and yet here he is on the cross. That's some serious stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of debatable. I mean, you can he didn't do anything he wasn't a thief.
He wasn't a murderer. Yeah,
Okay.
Exactly.
So he wasn't that kind, but was he practicing sedition, which is the overthrow of the government? Was he a political rabble-rouser? Did he intend to revolt? There is a political side to all this.
Absolutely.
And Jesus was killed by the state because he was perceived as a threat. And crucifixion was a form of punishment that was reserved for political people, for people who they wanted to make an example of.
Right.
So
want everyone to see, look what happens
yeah,
when you
this
do
what
this.
happens when you mess with us.
And that's exactly what they did. It showed that, I think.
It showed that. So there's that side of it, and it's important to consider, but also, what does it mean for you and me? What does it mean that Jesus died? What does it mean that he died on the cross? And the New Testament speaks of this in many different ways. It's a shepherd giving his life for the sheep. It's a legal penalty that needs to happen. It's conquering the powers of evil. It's a ransom paid. That's just 4 I'm thinking of. But this whole thing, because the New Testament talks of it in so many ways, it means that no one of these ways can capture it all.
Because it's so big.
It's so big.
Yeah.
And so it's beyond our comprehension.
Yeah, it really is.
One way we can think of it is that whatever happened on the cross impacts our relationship with God. And maybe the best word to think of that is reconciliation. That there was a great chasm between us and God, and in ways we do not understand. Jesus' death closes that chasm. It's something we cannot do ourselves. It's something that we cannot earn. It's something that we do not deserve, although lots of people spend their whole lives trying to do that.
Earn it, yeah.
If I just do the right stuff, if I just maintain this perception of myself and other people think this about me.
I follow this checklist.
Oh, good. Follow the checklist. I'm going to be on the way. And at some point that gets old.
Yeah.
And at some point we realize that's not going to work.
It's not up to us. It's too big.
Yeah.
It's too big.
Now, even in just saying this, I feel like we're talking too small about Jesus' death. But for right now and for today and for a brief devotion like this, maybe we'll just focus right here. It's about reconciliation, and it's something that God does on our behalf through Jesus and gives it as a gift to us. So I guess today we're asking you to receive the gift.
Yeah.
It's not something you deserve, and I don't either, neither do you.
None of us do.
It's just a gift. So in some way, it's really about God's unrelentless, constant, abiding love.
So that's why it's called good, I guess.
There
Then
you
in the
go.
end, it is good.
There you go.
We'll see you tomorrow.